prepared topic. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because we just been like with the team in London, we just been kind of like grinding and doing whatever and shooting content and all these things. But I do have something I want to talk about, like a basic topic really, and it's about knowing yourself, right? I feel like from the conversations I had this weekend with a lot of people from the team and overall, is that we tend to shift ourselves to fit in a lot of times, right? I think everyone has been through that you try to not even adapt, but you try to like maybe be someone else or be more like someone else to fit in somewhere, right? And some people ask me, how is it that you're so comfortable with just being yourself and you don't really care about other people's opinions? And it is definitely from where I'm from and how I came about, is that in Germany, right, I always had these locks and I've always been in a space of being different. I was, for example, telling a story to the team. I was saying, as a child, I went to a bakery once and there was this white woman. She was serving me, right? And she asked me, is your hair made out of shit and eggs? Is that true? And obviously little Naomi, that's 4 years old, she's there like, no. Like, I didn't even know what to say. I wasn't even hurt in that moment, but I never fit in, right? So I got comfortable with not shifting myself because it didn't work anyways, right? It didn't work anyways, guys. And I feel like a lot of us have that phase where we try to fit in, but we end up losing ourselves. A lot of people lose themselves out of too many different circumstances, right? So that's what we're kind of going to be talking about today. So what do I mean with different circumstances, or what can happen? Why do we want to shift ourselves? And why do I say we need to know ourselves more? It's because when we're looking at social media, we are always influenced by so many different people, showing so many different things, you know, making life seem like it's perfect. You know, y'all might even think like, for me, everything is perfect, or, you know, everything is like polished, whereas everyone is going through stuff, guys. I want you to really, really understand that and take it on, right? There's no need to try to fit in with other people. There's no need for trying to fit in with what other people are doing, or thinking that what they are doing, that's how you need to be doing your thing. That only comes about when you don't really know yourself. Okay, so from knowing yourself, what comes from actually knowing yourself? I was talking to the team and I was saying, the more you know yourself, the more sure you are about the people you attract into your life, the experiences you have, the way you feel. You're going to understand everything. And I had so many breakthrough conversations, I'm just noticing, because I'm just going with the flow, and it's like, that is actually perfect. So another thing we was talking about was, for example, that if you go to a space where, you know, there's two ways you can go about going somewhere new. There might be a day when you're like, cool, you know, you're trying to be friendly and you're not really feeling too well. And I feel like as long as you know yourself, as long as you know what kind of energy you want to bring out to a space that you're going into, it doesn't really matter what other people think, right? Because when you know yourself, you understand that you don't have to fit in. You don't have to have a conversation with every person in the room. And that is completely fine. And some people might not understand that, guys, but it is key that you know this. So let's say now you're going to a party, a birthday celebration, and there's a person there that you don't like, or that you have had arguments with, right? So there's two ways you can go about it. You can simply just go there and remind yourself of the reason why you are there. The reason why you are there is because one of your friends invited you to this birthday, right? The reason is not that you should be going there to argue with the person that you don't like. We always have a choice to make. And I feel like the only time people get caught up in between these worlds is when we don't really know who we are or what we want. So when it comes to knowing yourself, also things that are going to come with this, guys, is you're going to just feel more aware of what is around you. I used to have times when there was so much going on in my life that I felt kind of lost. I felt like sometimes my head was just spinning because I had no idea how to deal with certain things. And I think we always have that. We all have these experiences where it's like, I don't know, my head just feels overcrowded. My head just feels extremely full, right? I feel like, especially as women, because we're more emotional, we have just a lot going on, and it's hard to keep up with our own feelings sometimes, and that is okay. But guys, the more you are sure of where you want to go, what it is that you want to show people, whether that is, let's go, for example, with what kind of personality you are, okay? Let's say there's some women out there that are they might be very loud. They might seem very loud to people. People might class them as they're loud. Like, why is she so loud? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even meet her. She's just talking bears. Like, But that might just be her personality, that she is very outgoing. She doesn't mind sharing her opinion. We need to stop judging people by what they do and just see maybe that is the person as to how they are. So if you are this girl that's always loud and people keep always saying like, she's like a lot, you feel me? Like she's a lot. Don't feel like you need to bring it in for other people. If you know that's how you naturally are, this is your natural state, then you should be allowed, right? You should be allowed to feel that way. If you're someone that's very quiet and someone's always like, are you okay? Are you okay? I am okay. I am okay. I just don't like to give out my energy all the time. I have both sides to me, right? So a lot of people, when they see my Instagram, they might think I'm always loud, I'm always speaking, I'm always voicing my opinion in every room that I'm in. No, there's times when I'm literally quiet. I'm quiet, right? And a lot of people, they don't get it. They come into the room and they be like, Naomi, are you okay? Like, why are you not talking? I'm like, what do I have to say right now? Like, but it doesn't faze me because in that moment, I know how I feel and I know what I want to give out, right? I've been, for example, to video shoots, to modeling video shoots. And modeling video shoots are funny, right? Because there's some type of girls that are like trying to just fit in. Literally that, trying to just fit in. They don't really know who they are, trying to just get attention at the video shoot. And then there's me, that's just like, I'm talking to people that I bounce off with, that I vibe with, but everyone else, I am just like, I'm just quiet. So a lot of people be like, why are you so quiet right now? Like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, but that is because I don't even mind that people come up to me. I'll be like, yeah, I'm cool. Thank you so much for asking, right? But I understand that there's no need for me to give out my energy to people that I don't want to share it with, guys. And from knowing yourself, you understand that. I was saying, for example, I have a lot of friends that say, oh, I'm always meeting fuckboys or whatever they want to say, people that don't mean no good for me, have friends that don't take me serious and all these things. That is because you don't even take yourself serious, or you don't even know yourself like that. Once you know yourself, guys, there's nothing that can actually harm you, nothing that will actually touch you like that, because it's literally all going to make sense. Everything that you go to, any type of situation, any type of new business, any type of new relationship, any new experience, you're just going to be there and take it. It is what it is, right? We said this the other week. It is what it is, guys. So I want really to take this in. The more you know yourself, the more it will all make sense. So lockdown is kind of easing up here in the UK. I don't know about other places, but I want you to use this time, especially the time that you have left in being isolated, as spending time with yourself. Spending time with yourself is key. A lot of people ask me, how are you so comfortable with just being yourself and just showing the world who you really are and being vulnerable? It's because a lot of the times there was nothing else for me to do. Once I moved to London, my family is in Germany. So I'm by myself. Like, what is there else to do, right? But that really, really helped me to establish who I am, who I really am, and understand who I really am. So now when someone tells me something about myself that I know doesn't make sense, it doesn't really faze me. I just take it, and I might, I might feel a type of way. People say some stuff that's hurtful, guys. Let's not lie, right? People say some stuff that's hurtful. But when you know yourself, when you know your true intentions, that misunderstanding or that disagreement that happened is not going to faze you, right? And I feel like everyone should get to that point, especially right now with what's going on in the world. There's a lot of different influences, different people saying different things. Even when it comes to the topic Black Lives Matter, there's a difference between, people have different intentions, right? Even Black people have different intentions with what they're doing. And you just need to stay safe and stay to yourself. Because I feel like if we don't do that, you will get literally sucked in, right? You get lost in the sauce. But another thing I wanted to talk about is really from this weekend, what I've learned is don't give up, right? I never want you to give up, because this weekend I'm spending time with my team in London. I booked an apartment, right? I said, yo, let's get together. Let's just vibe. Let's work. Let's do things together. Let's get to know each other, right? And I'm just thinking back, like, if I didn't know that I wanted this a few months back and would have given up, I would have never been in this place. Like, I would have never been in that situation of actually bonding with people that are like-minded like me. And that all came from knowing myself. I had a rough phase, right? I had an eating disorder. I had a depressive phase. I was going through a lot. And that was when I kind of lost myself. Literally those days when you just cry every single day and you're just going through it every single day, And then one day you wake up, you're like, yo, this is not how I'm meant to live. This is not life. Because you look at children or you look at happy people and you're like, this is not how I'm meant to live. I shouldn't be scared to be alive. The reason we are alive is for a reason. You all have a purpose, right? But before you find your purpose, you need to find yourself. You need to find what it is that makes you happy. You need to find what it is that wakes you up on a day-to-day basis. What makes you feel excited? What makes you feel energized? There's too many people that do stuff out here that make them tired, and they do it for years and years and years and years, and they never change anything about it. That's not the point of life. The point of life is not to be somewhere where you don't want to be for a long period of time for something that you don't even want. Right? For everyone that's in the business or that's interested in the business, y'all need to understand that working a job for the rest of your life is not going to make you happy. I don't know anyone in this world that's older that I asked, yo, is your job what has made you happy? I've never gotten a yes to that answer. I'm not going to lie. I've never gotten a yes to that answer. And I've been around wealthy people and I've asked them like, yeah, what is the best thing about your career, right? A lot of them just say like the money. But then when I come to the question, okay, cool, but what are you doing with the money? Do you have enough time? Do you see your family? You know, do you actually get to spend it with them? No, not really. You know, no, not really, but my family's fine. Or, you know, the money's good. You don't want to live like that, guys. And I truly believe that the people that just stick to that on a day-to-day basis, they don't know themselves. Because in school, we are programmed, everywhere we are programmed to just follow instructions and listen. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. But everywhere we just get taught to follow instructions, to just take in things from people that don't even have the results that we want. Every single day, right? It starts with school, guys. You're just there and you don't know why you're there. The amount of times I was sitting in school and I was like, why am I actually here? Like deep down, I was sitting there like, why am I actually here? While I'm watching everyone taking notes, you know what I'm saying, about things they don't even care about, I was just like, I don't get the concept of this. I truly don't get the concept of this. And it was bothering me. And I was kind of like one of the only people that understood, I feel like. Because everyone else was like, yeah, but you need education, Naomi. Like, you need to do this and we need to go to university. I was just like, I don't want to go to university. Like, I don't want to go. And I didn't end up going. I went to acting school that was more practical, right? Because I knew that going to university doesn't make sense for me. That's because I know myself. I have so many people in my surroundings that I met that went to university, said I only did it because I thought I had to. But I didn't take away anything from it. I didn't learn anything from it. It didn't do nothing for me. It didn't do nothing for them, guys. So me being 17 years old, 16 years, even as a 16-year-old, I was already like, I'm not going to uni. So you knowing yourself is going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of trouble. So if you feel like you're constantly battling something, if you feel like you're constantly going through something that's like not making sense to you, it's because you're not paying attention to yourself. You keep waking up day in, day out, doing something that doesn't make sense. But you just take it because you don't understand that you actually don't want it. So please, when it comes to getting to know yourself, guys, spend time by yourself, right? Find out the things that you actually don't like. That's going to hurt. I'll keep it real. That's going to hurt. Write them down. I want you to write them down, the things that you don't like. And then you can burn it. Then you can just burn it. You can burn it or like roll it up and throw it away in the bin. But I want you to let go of the things that you think are negative about you. Because too many times we look at the flaws that we have and think, oh my God, this is the thing that's, you know, that's not going to make me get that job or not going to make me get that man or that girl, whatever the case may be. Everyone looks at you as a full-on product, like as a full-based product, basically. Your whole being, right? If you walk into a room, like for the ladies in here, if you walk into a room and you're thinking, oh my God, my belly is disgusting, I swear to you guys, no one is looking at your belly. Like, no one is looking at it. Do you think you have a pimple here and everyone's staring? No one is actually taking it in because they're taking in your whole face, your whole aura, your whole energy, your whole facial expressions, like everything at the same time. No one pays attention to the flaws that we are so hard on ourselves on. We tend to judge ourselves. So write down the things you don't like and let them go. First thing, right? Second thing, Find something that really makes you happy that you can do on a day-to-day basis. So for me, yes, it's always been dancing. If you haven't got anything that you've been doing since you're younger, I want you to like experiment. It could be painting, it could be writing, it could be simply just sitting down and meditating, simply just taking a walk in nature. It could be talking to someone that makes you feel better. It could be singing. Even if you're not a singer, guys, if that makes you happy in that moment, you should stick to something and do it for at least 15 minutes a day, right? I used to have a schedule where I basically forced myself to dance every day, but I knew it was going to make me happy, right? It worked. Then I stopped doing it. That was actually I think 2 months ago. I stopped doing it. And then I just noticed I was just not feeling like myself anymore, because I stick to it and I knew it was going to make me happy. Even if I dance 5 minutes a day, it's going to help me, right? So now that I'm picking that up again, picking that habit back up again and saying, okay, cool, I'm going to have at least 15 minutes a day where I'm dancing, but it fuels me. That's something that you need to find, whatever fuels you, right? Also, pay attention to the people that you're around. Pay attention to the people that you're around. If you come with a success story, if you come with something that you're happy about, I want you to look deeply in their eyes and just look into their eyes. A lot of us don't pay attention, right? Because we're so in our emotions that we think, okay, cool, like I'm so happy, I'm so, overwhelmed and excited. I need to tell this person. And we kind of forget to take in their reactions. If you take in people's reactions, you can read a lot, guys. Taking in their reaction will literally show you by their body language and by the way their eyes are moving if they're excited for you or if they're literally jealous and don't want any better for you. And it's going to hurt because it's going to happen with the people that you least expect it from. It might even be family members or people that you consider very close to you, people that always vouch for you. But then when you are more successful than them, that's going to hurt them, right? And success is not just based on money or business. It's also based on being more happy. When I got more happier because I knew myself more, I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of people I used to be around. And I only stick to the people that actually, were happy for my growth. And those things are going to happen, right? But you need to let go and let God. That's the only thing. So I said, spend time by yourself, find something you enjoy, write down things you don't like about you and burn it. Pay attention to the people around you. And I'm thinking if there's anything else. I don't think there's another topic, I don't think there's another point I want to make. People around you. I'm going to give you one more thing, environment. Your environment, okay? So your room or your house where you live. If you had a lot of negative experiences, for example, I live in a house share, so I basically live in a room, right? And depending on how much negative stuff you had going on in this little one room or this house, this apartment, wherever you live, I want you to cleanse that space. I want you to really cleanse that space. And that goes to throwing away old clothes, old pictures, old letters that you don't need, old furniture. If you know what I'm saying, not to say like throw it all out, guys. No, if you don't have the money to buy new, then no. But like cleanse your area, right? Clean it. Do like a spring cleaning. When people say, I'm going to spring clean my house, do all of that. And just make it smell good. Like just make yourself feel good. Because once you cleanse your space, it's going to cleanse your head and it's going to give you things to think about. So if you are constantly struggling, for some people in the team, if you're constantly struggling to, for example, journal, clean your space, I am telling you. Because once you have done that, you might feel a bit like tired, but you feel like, yo, I've let go of so many things, whether it be old clothes or whatever. And you can actually sit down then in peace. And trust me, your mind will even feel more clear. It's like a kind of meditation, right? When we say meditate, when we say you should meditate more, guys, it's not just the meditation that you see, like the sitting down with eyes closed and music. Not everyone likes that. Sometimes I meditate when I dance. That's what I'm saying. I need to dance 15 minutes a day or stretch or something. That's a form of meditation for me. Other people like to take a walk. That's a form of meditation for them, right? So find your own way, but just know that you literally have to do that. Also for the people that have heard about, sage, get sage and like sage your house. That shit works wonders. Get some incense sticks. Make yourself feel at home, right? Because then you're going to be able to actually let out your thoughts. And the way I say journal, that's also one thing. You should journal every day. Reason being for that is, guys, I started journaling at my lowest point in life, and now I can look back and actually read it back. I don't essentially like reading it back, but it has helped me overcome a lot of things. And when I read it back, sometimes I noticed I was really I was really going through it, you know? But it's going to empower you at the same time. Even though if you might get emotional, you might be like, yo, like, that's sad, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I was going through, that's deep. But also, you still being here and reading through it, it's like a book, guys. It's like something you've written, right? Every page is already written. Whether you believe in God or the universe, your life is already written out. You just need to step into yourself and actually let it play out the way it should, which is going to be positive. There's no way that we are here and still alive, and there's no way out of misery. That's not life, I'm telling you. But it's just for us to take that leap of faith into something that we really enjoy. And I was saying something with journaling, right? I was reading my old journals, and it got me so emotional. But on the other hand, I was just like, this is inspirational and empowering as fuck. Like, because you just read back and you're like, wow, like, I went through that, like, damn, I felt that low, like, I was crying, like, you can see tears, like, dry teardrops, you know what I'm trying to say. You know when you cry and it goes on the paper, and it dries, and you have that little spot there. Even when you see that, you're like, God damn, like, we're really going through it, isn't it? But it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, wow, I overcame this, right? That's why, for example, with my eating disorder, I was like, I'm going to do this by myself. So whatever disorder you have or whatever problem you have, whether it be mental, physical, guys, you can do this. But you need to hold yourself accountable on a day-to-day basis, right? Spending time by yourself, journaling, cleansing your space, being around people that really, really care about you and encourage you, not any of that fake stuff, right? We don't want no fake energies. We don't want no weak links. We don't want no weak links, guys. Because once you have one weak link, or once you have one rotten apple, all the other apples are always going to rot. You don't want no weak links because you're just as strong as your weakest link. That's it, right? So you want to make sure that you protect your energy, because literally this month, I don't know for anyone else, I don't know if it's just me, but this month has been a lot. Oh my God. This month has been a lot, guys. I'm not going to go into detail, but it's just like, you just have to keep going and be like, you know what? Like, at the end of the day, every breakdown is for the next breakthrough, right? And it's just nice to go through it step by step and have something that you can look back on, which is, for example, a journal or pictures. I don't know. So I used to do video diaries. I used to do that. Shit. I'm coming with the new things here while I'm talking freely for today. Okay. I used to do video diaries, actually. That used to help me. So if you're a person that doesn't really like writing, maybe talking it out or recording it on audio, if you don't really like seeing yourself, I get it. If you're like crying, breaking down, it's not the nicest look. Video, right? Video or audio, record yourself talking through it. If you listen back to it, you're probably going to have some breakthrough moments where you're like, damn, that was deep. That was deep, right? But yeah, guys, that's kind of everything. I mean, I could go on and kind of find topics from my head the way they just jumping out. But I think we went through quite some good stuff. You know, knowing yourself, how to get to know yourself, why it's very important, why you don't want to get lost in the source or whatever you want to call it. I gave you a few steps that you can do. Yeah, now I would open it up for mastermind. We actually have 19 people on here. Thank you so much, guys.